Greetings from Abid. So today is our group debate, and we have chosen the topic that climate is changing day by day by the human activity, or the climate change by the artificially. As you know that day by day the climate is changing, and sometimes we feel hot, and sometimes we feel cold. The overwhelming majority of scientific evidence shows that the Earth's atmosphere and that the climate change is primarily caused by the human activities. Human activities that release the large amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, such as burning fossil fuels, dehydration, degradation, deforestation, and other human activities, and like the industrial processes have increased have increased the greatest number of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, and the concentration of greenhouse gases. This increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases has resulted the warming of the Earth's atmosphere, which is increasing a number of systems, ecosystems, and which is increasing effect on our planet's ecosystems, weather stations, and weather patterns, and human societies. One of the key pieces of evidence from human activities and human caused climate change is the mainly focus on our social activities, like we use the cars, automobiles, and other factories for our benefits, and other the shrinking of glaciers, and ice caps, the rising of sea levels, and the increasing intensity and frequency of heat waves, and droughts, and extreme weather events. The climate and the other climate decades, climate models shows that the climate is changed by the human activities. These models show that the observed warming and other changes in the climate are affecting on our social on our environment, and global warming. The average temperature of Earth's atmosphere has been increased day by day about 1 degree Celsius, or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit, since the pre-industrial era, and due to the presence of greenhouse gases, and melting of ice, climate changes in climate, and other changes in climate, and precipitation patterns are affecting on the behaviors of the many plants and animals species, and is also leading them into the laws of ecosystems. So thank you.
Things from Mohammad, then I continue some other points on the climate change by the human activities. So climate is changed by the refers to the long term of the changes in our earth. In our earth, the temperature and the weather pattern and the human activities which are day by day increase. So the are human activities such as the transportation, industrials, and agriculture practicals, and these things are disturb our human activities. So as like we can say that our temperature is day by day rising. So what's kind? These things are caused by the global warming. So especially the burning of fossil fuel, oil, and these things are cause the global warming. And we can use a car that can release the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, and our industries we can release the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. So in the case of we can deforestation, absorption of the trees absorb the carbon dioxide through the atmosphere, and store in the roots or trunks. So these things are disturb the atmosphere and release the oxygen that is important for us, oxygen. And in the earthquake which is caused by the layer decreasing of the layers just because of the climate change. And the other things is the deforestation, which can cause by the dying of the peoples with the oxygens, just because of without of oxygens. And agriculture practice, the production of the meat and the practical of the beef, and specialized of the specialized the synthetic fertilizers for the farming, and releasing the nitrogen oxide. So these things are disturb the atmospheric pressure, atmospheric climate. So as examples of the are earthquakes and flood which can caused by the is like a climate change. Flood is caused by the climate change is the atmospheric pressure, and acidic rain which is caused by the climate change is example of climate change where that can caused by the atmospheric gases, greenhouse gases which can cause acidic rain, and other gases which can enter in our atmosphere that can cause many diseases, like ozone layer is burst, and it can cause many diseases such as skin cancer just because of the climate change.
Greetings from Murtaza. So I define some other points of climate change caused by human activities artificially. Many countries, states, cities have set their own climate targets, are taking action to reduce emission through policies like carbon pricing, renewable energy mandates, and building codes. The climate change is causing shift climate change is causing shift in the timing and distribution of plant and animal species. We can disrupt they can which can disrupt ecosystem and food webs. The burning of fossil fuel is the most carbon intensive from energy production, followed by oil and gas. The global temperature is increased by about 1.1 centigrade per this time, and this increase primarily due to human activities. The climate is facing global issue that has been by human activities. The Earth climate change is constantly changing throughout its history. But what is alarming? What is alarming in the unprecedented rate at which can't occur and which occurring change and occurring. In conclusion, human activities such as burning fossil fuel deforestation and intensive agriculture are the primary cause of climate change. Climate change has significant and far-reaching impact on societies and ecosystem. So, thank you.
Let's sing. Today my presentation topic is climate change by human activities. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation release large amounts of greenhouse gas GHG into the atmospheric trapping heat and causing that plant to warm, deforest, release carbon stored in trees is also a significance of force of deforestation and the warming of the plant is causing rising sea levels, more frequently and intensive weather events and animal range. The burning of the coal is the intense energy production following oil and gas ozone layer affect by human activities. The human will be directly affect on ultraviolet and radiations of the sun due to layer depletions. So women some disease some disease skin cancers and other disease. Thank you.
My name is Farooq, and today is our group debate, and our topic is climate change by human activities. So first of all, I want to tell the quotation on climate change. We are all the first generation to feel impact on by climate change, and the last generation to can do something about it. And after that, I want to tell the definition of it, and I want to tell the definition in simple words. Changing in air, atmosphere, and weathers is called climate change. Climate change is a general problem, and it is a general problem, and it is enlarging by human activities, and the scientific communities also accept that climate change is a cause of greenhouse gases, and greenhouse gases is a cause of burning fossil fuels and deforestation and agriculture. Burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gases are releases carbon dioxide into our atmosphere, and the second example of climate change is vehicles. Here I am talking about those vehicles which depend upon oil, petrol, or diesel, and it is cause of carbon dioxide gases and many other dangerous gases. And after that, the third problem of climate change is using brick kilns and factories and so on. Climate change has been changing from in its history, and it is also shall be changed. Carbon dioxide is a result of greenhouse gases. It means it collects the temperature, and it also the cause of temperature. And the fourth example of climate change is deforestation. Trees are absorb carbon dioxide in from atmosphere, and deforestation release that this carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. And so in the last I want to tell a quotation on this: if you want to alive, you will be die to protect your environment.
Now, now our debate section is over, and I invite some students for ask questions. So first of all, I invite Mr. Raja Vasant for ask question. So I invite Mr. Murad Khoso for ask question.
Question from nameless group, and you say a climate change. In Murray there is always snow falling. Does it not nature?
It's a cold area, and in this area, the every year the snowfall is happen. The lot of the snowfall is happen, and this is not a cause of climate change.
For second question, I invite Mr. Zaid for ask question.
I want to ask question from Mr. Gulam Murtaza. What is the role of greenhouse gases in climate change?
Greenhouse gases is a cause of burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and agriculture.
So now I invite Mr. Narveer for ask question.
I ask question from a nameless group, Mr. Awais. What are the impact of climate change on the environment and human societies?
Climate change happen in our environment that can cause many animals, and that can cause many animals, and in the urban areas development the many forest deforestations and agricultures. It cause the deforestation agriculture for the plants.
Now I invite Mr. Gulam Razar for ask question.
Question from nameless group: how is climate change affecting animals? Any reply?
On environment, its effect on animals, ultraviolet radiation of sun, they affect on animals eyes and other part of animals.
So now I invite Mr. Sikandar to ask question.
First question from nameless group: that if you are saying that earthquake is not natural, what is the reason of earthquake is coming in Turkey?
Because Turkey lies in the season areas and seismic areas. Seismic areas, and there if any area lies between or near the seismic area, then earthquakes are coming after 2 or 3 years. The Quetta, Islamabad, and other cities are also lies in seismic areas. So after 2 or 3 years, also there earthquakes are coming. So now I invite Mr. Love Kumar for asking question.
Ask a question, Mr. from nameless group. How can we solve climate change?
Solve climate change for cropping trees.
So now I invite Mr. Ahmed Mustafa for asking question.
from nameless group. What is reason in last year 2022 lot of occur in Sindh rain? It's running. It's not a naturally.
Is natural.